I've recently made a video about AEW Fight Forever talking about how fun this game is. It just has a few flaws. And while I can certainly still say that this game is super fun, as I've had more time with the game, I've noticed the problems with the game are a lot bigger, and at a full price, it just seems like this game doesn't offer you enough. Don't get me wrong, I'm still having a lot of fun with the gameplay. Every time I'm jumping into a lights out match, I'm always pulling out the thumbtacks. This is such a nice little feature, it's so much fun. I'm still not very good at this, but once you actually master the game, you can do so many fun sequences, so many awesome reversals. I'm sure you've seen some of these on Twitter. So when it comes to the actual gameplay of the game, I gotta say, they nailed it. Almost. Now welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We talked about all the positive things that AEW Fight Forever has to offer. Let's talk about the negatives. Let's talk about the worst of AEW Fight Forever. So as I was playing AEW Fight Forever, I've noticed something that really pissed me off. I've noticed that before, but didn't make a big deal out of it until it really pissed me off. The pinning system, all the button smashing, doesn't belong in a wrestling video game in 2023. In WWE video games, no matter how much you're beaten up, it's up to you. It's your fault you took the damage, but you still have a chance to kick out. In AEW Fight Forever, that's not necessarily the case. Dude, you can be a god tier masturbator in puberty, you won't be able to kick out. And it doesn't even have to be a finisher. You can have a pretty decent match and in 2 minutes, you get pinned because the pinning system is absolute shite. It's crazy to think about it, but we said goodbye to this shit since SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 because people realized it's simply outdated. I've seen Russell Gifts talking about this as well, and I completely agree. It totally ruins matches. It's outdated. It's 2023. I don't want to do that shit anymore. It's barely up to me if I'm going to kick out. Now, the good thing about this video game is that it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's very arcadey, it's very fun, the impact is here, but you know what? It's kinda too arcadey in my opinion. I like arcadey elements like a bunch of different weird ass weapons. I don't like this game being arcade to the point that when you hit a finisher, it's pretty much over. I know it's called a finisher, but that's not necessarily how wrestling works, at least nowadays. This game offers so many arcade elements we've been begging for years now, but some of these gameplay elements should be left in the past. I don't want to say they should have copied WWE 2K a little bit, but some of these 2K gameplay features are definitely better for, modern players. I've mentioned this before, but running is really annoying in this game. You cannot turn, you press a button and you run into that direction. It's really outdated. It doesn't belong in a wrestling game made in 2023. It seems like the only reason behind this is that they wanted to make an old school wrestling game. Another small thing that really pisses me off is every time you touch a table, even slightly, it collapses. It can be the most quiet fart and the table still reacts to it. There's also some very odd choices like only being able to have 4 wrestlers on the screen at the same time. Same goes for Casino Battle Royale. And while doing some research, turns out No Mercy had the same issue, but there's a big difference. No Mercy only had 4 people on the screen because of technical issues. If you had more than 4 wrestlers on the screen, your console would jump out of the window. People, it's 2023. This game doesn't go for the graphics. It almost looks like you could put 50 people in the ring. It runs on a goddamn PS5. It's almost as if they tried to copy No Mercy so much to the point where they forgot that, this game was made like, 20 years ago. So this decision, just like the pinning system, is just really odd. In my previous video, I was really positive about career mode, and honestly, I had a good time the first time I've played it. When I was recording the video, I've only played it once, and after playing it for the second time, I do have a lot more to say. First of all, it's always the same shit at the beginning, which may not be that big of a deal, but you gotta keep in mind, this is a very short career mode. It seems like the potential was there, but it also looks like a demo version. They added so much interesting stuff like eating, working out, going out, and these have problems in itself, like the conversations make no sense whatsoever. It doesn't add anything to the career mode. It's basic, generic, it doesn't even matter. it's just cool to look at, right? Something like this could have been very, very good if you could start rivalries, meet Tony Khan, ask for a championship opportunity. What I'm basically saying is SmackDown, here comes the pain. You meet people, you have choices, you can be friends, you can turn on them, all this type of shit, which made Here Comes the Pain so much fun because you're following storylines, yet at the same time you have a lot of choice. These add nothing. The first time I played it, it was fun because it was something different, but then you just kinda avoid doing this shit. Also, the storylines are pretty random. I don't like the fact that if you even win a championship, it doesn't even matter. You're not doing anything with the title. I personally love the whole going out, working out. I feel like these are great elements. It's just that this career mode is not long enough to make any of it matter. The more I think about this game mode, it seems like they should have just used these cutscenes and made an AEW Universe mode instead. I'll give you this though. This is the first career mode in AEW video game. This is the first AEW video game. If we compare that to WWE 2K15, which also had the first career mode, AEW Fight Forever's career mode is far better. So hopefully in the future, the career mode is going to be what it should have been in AEW Fight Forever, if we're going to get a sequel. And what sucks is that this is the only game mode this game has to offer. You have Creation Suite, but it's really, really bad, and I haven't changed my mind on that one bit. I said the exact same thing in my video. Create a Superstar is really limited. Like, let's be honest right here, it's absolute trash. It's good enough if you want to create your own wrestler, but if you want to create a WWE wrestler or someone recognizable, it's almost impossible. And this could be kinda easily fixed, not completely, but with a logo importer. Same goes with Create an Arena. It's very, very limited, yet I still think it's kinda better than Create a Superstar. But if you add custom logos, yes, you won't be able to recreate Monday Night Raw because you don't have the stage options, but it would still fix like 80% of the problems. You could have aprons with a Raw logo, WWE logo on turnbuckles, you can even put some WWE images on the stage. I feel like that would almost fix all the problems with Create an Arena. So when it comes to Creation Suite, I don't know if it's going to be patched. It should be, in my opinion. We should be getting updates. I don't think Create a Wrestler is going to change a lot, but I believe a logo importer is going to do wonders, if it's going to happen. So after playing this game for a little longer, yes, my opinion kinda changed on a few things. I still think the gameplay is really, really good, but I definitely believe my first video was a bit too positive. I guess next time I'll play the game for a few more days. IGN gave AEW Fight Forever 6 out of 10, and I believe that's really fitting. It's slightly above average, and that's mainly because it's fun. It's impressive what they did with the first AEW video game, but I'm not sure how much longevity this game is going to have. I mean, they only have one game mode, and there are some really fun elements in career mode, but like I've said, it's way too short for you to get, I don't know, attached to it, if that makes any sense. It ends just when it actually starts getting fun. But the gameplay is so fun, it just makes me want a sequel with some minor improvements and better game modes. I've heard we're going to get new match types, which is hopefully the case. I guess guest referee and cage match would be really, really appreciated by the players. But let me know in the comments below, do you enjoy AEW Fight Forever? It's one of the most detailed wrestling games ever, yet at the same time it has some very serious flaws. Thank you for watching this video, The Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.